Well, Kelly, what's the difference between pre-approval versus pre-qualifications?
There's a big difference. Pre-qualification just means you and I had a conversation. You told me how much you make. You told me your credit's good. You told me you have some money in the bank. So with a pre-qualification, I can say to a builder or a realtor, well, as long as they didn't lie, and as long as they really know what they make, which many people don't, they know how much they bring home every week, but they're not really concentrating on what they make before taxes, then as long as all those numbers make sense, then they could be approved. A pre-approval means I've pulled their credit report, I've looked at their pay stubs, their W-2s for the last couple of years, I've looked at their bank statements to see that where their money's coming from, and I've actually, with all of that, been able to show that they can afford and they would qualify for the loan. There's lots more verification that goes on in the background as we're going through the process, like verifying directly with their employers and all of that. But for the most part, seeing all that documentation up front is enough for us to do a pre-approval.
So is this something that could be done over the phone, over the internet?
Well, it can. It shouldn't, but it can. It should really be done in person because there's more than just, can I be pre-approved? It's what do you want to be pre-approved for? How much do you want to spend per month? What are you looking at as far as price range, all of that? We don't have to take things into consideration like daycare and stuff like that. So I talk with folks about your budget is your budget. I don't get involved with what you write your checks for, but it's important for you to take a look at that so that when you get into this house, you're happy and you're comfortable. We all know that homeownership sends you for a little loop in the beginning. That's just kind of the rules to the game. But you should be able to make your payments and be comfortable with it. So it's really important for them to do a pre-approval, and I believe it's important to do it in person so we can really look at all those numbers.
Well, I would just add to that. It's a huge project, and you need to talk to somebody and look at somebody and develop and build a business relationship.
Exactly.
I mean, can it work the other way? Of course it can. We've built homes for people from California, New Mexico, all where realistically they're not going to come to the office. But if you can, it really helps, I think.
And we have folks that call and go, I'm moving to Vermont, here's what I want. We have a great website. They can go on our website and apply. They can fax and email me all their documentation, but we're going to have lengthy conversations on the phone to make sure that they understand all of the numbers and all of that, and that I've answered all of their questions. And even being pre-approved is really just the first step. There's so many pieces and parts as they go through, as they're looking at different properties and different price ranges. How does that change the numbers? How does this affect it? What if I close on this day versus this day? So there's lots that's going to transpire from the time they come in to be pre-approved to the day that they close. So you're right, they need to be comfortable with who they're working with, and they need to know that that person is there at their disposal to answer all their questions. They're spending a lot of money. They deserve our attention.
It's a big deal.
Yes.
Okay, good.